like if you could only grow your business from referrals, yeah, turn off LinkedIn, everything. If it only was referrals. What would be your approach and what are your ideas around that or just referral strategies? I always like to get different insights on that kind of angle.
So I have just lately been really thinking about it's time to try to turn that on, so to speak. We we get the occasional referral. But I have to admit we're not really strong on referrals. Never have been. And I hope that doesn't speak to the quality of our service. We get people that vouch for us if someone says I'd like to check in with a client, but that's different, right? So I think I have a few ideas, and I don't even know if they're competing or they're like complementary. I think one will be just the traditional, like, hey, if we close a deal, like I'll give you 5 placements or something on the house, because that would be worth it to us. The monthly recurring would be worth the 1 month scratch of that one client. I think another
Yeah.
angle would be, you think so?
Yeah, yeah, no, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and another I'm thinking on the spot would be we might, for people we know are connected, we might really focus on only the cream of the crop for them that month, even though we would kind of eat it on costs because we compensate our writers based on like the quality of win as well. So
Yeah.
maybe we would eat it, but if we for a couple months in a row like gave them just the most amazing results. We see this not necessarily in referrals, but when a new client signs on with us and the first month is just like outstanding, they 2x their order. They obviously stick around a lot longer. They give us new accounts that they have other web properties that we didn't know about. They're just like, all right, it's time. Let's throw this in. So I think that could be another way. So we're working on our compensation structure so our writers really do focus on the highest quality long term, so we can really over deliver anyway. But I think that could be interesting is like who's in the best position to give us the most valuable referrals. Like let's really focus on over delivering for them for the next 2 months with a reminder that like once we hit that certain goal we're going to come in with the direct ask. That might be a strategy to do. It's a little manipulative, but um, that's what I'm thinking of off the cuff. Scares me to think of turning off LinkedIn since we just turned it on, but I think we need to, right? Like it's a whole nother channel we're not tapping into right now, more or
Yeah,
less. We're getting
even
a
if you kept
fraction.
LinkedIn, yeah, going, I think I've been fascinated by just referral strategies and studying a lot of like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Jay Abraham.
I'm familiar with his name, but that sounds like I need to study what he advocates then because
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
just not doing it.
he's really big on referrals. He's got a ton of great content around that, but just I think it's a fun place to explore because, like you mentioned, you've got 20 customers. Like if each of those customers could just refer you 2 or 3 people within their network, I mean that
Yeah,
I mean blows your business up pretty quick, you know. So it's he has a good book. I think it's called "The Getting Everything You Can Out of Everything You've Got,"
okay.
um, and it's essentially has a lot of different ideas like this. But anyways, that would be a cool one to check out. But I appreciate that, man. That's a great idea. I mean, I think what you mentioned is also very valid. I think exchanging some of your value with links. You're already doing such a great job for your current customers. I'm sure they're more than happy. And what I've found in most cases to just intro you already to, with maybe out even without being incentivized, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
I
that's
think
that's true. And we connected one time, and I was happy to take you up on that request with zero incentives. So I think that
yeah, yeah.
there's something to be said for making the ask. I just read a great thing last night about ask culture versus guess culture, and
Mm,
so like if you don't ask, it's much less likely to come. Maybe not never going to come, but it's much less likely. So yeah, I think that's something we need to get better about. We've been very sheepish about doing things like that.
Yeah, well, I think Jay's kind of argument is like having the like knowing the value you bring to them, like so it's not a selfish ask at all. It's kind of knowing that value. They're enjoying it. They're loving it. It's great win-win. Like they'd be happy to introduce you. You know. So I
It's
think
probably a
it's
perfect fit. I mean, I don't know about everybody who's listening. Our clients are sticking around 6, 12, 18 plus months at this point. And I just like, they're obviously, like you said, they're obviously satisfied. It's really just being too shy, I think. Like, we just need to ask. I don't know why we haven't. So maybe this is good for me. Maybe I'll move that up on the. It's sitting there on the to-do list, but I put it months away. That's how uncomfortable I am with it.
yeah, yeah. Well, that could be a fun one to tackle, man. I think growth-wise could be interesting.